So this is kind of an extension of what we learned. Quantum touch started with understanding the healing aspect of using our breath and our body to bring in life force energy and use that in terms of a healing. And when we go into the intentions and understand the consciousness of it, that it is setting our intention of what we want that brings in that energy to that future moment, we can expand this with allowing and manifestation. And I find the number one issue or challenge that clients and students have is getting clear on the intention and allowing themselves to set a clear intention. And the debate always comes up, well, is it a need or a want? And I've been thinking a lot about this, and I don't like the question. And I am going to share a couple short stories that brought me to where I am on this thinking. So I was doing a in-person session at my home. So she was a fellow mom, fellow homeschooling mom. So our kids were outside playing. We could see them through the windows. And I had another friend who was with the kids outside. And I am in my office doing this beautiful session. And I don't videotape or photograph anything that I do because it is confidential. And it is that moment for the client. And I'm in this session and the energy was just so beautiful. And I just had this thought of like, man, it would be so nice to have a photo of this moment because I feel like the photo would capture the essence and the beauty of what this work is. And I could use that and share it with people. But obviously I'm not going to just stop my session and take a photo. So I was like, oh, that's interesting. And I go back to this healing session. The moment I thought that, though, I did look outside and there was my friend with her phone from a distance and she was taking a picture of me through the window. And I was like, well, that's interesting. Why is she taking a picture of me? So we finish the session and then we go out with the kids and my friend. And I asked her, I was like, why did you take a picture of me in that moment? And she's like, well, I just looked over at the house and it just looked so beautiful. And it just looked like it was a really nice session and that I thought you might want a picture of it. And then I was like, that's interesting. So where did that thought come from? And how did we both have that same thought at the same time? Did I think I would love a picture of this? Wouldn't it be awesome if someone took a picture and she picked up on that thought and took the picture? Or did she have the thought, oh, that's a very beautiful session that Thea's having. I want to take a picture for her. Or did that thought come from somewhere else and we both received it? So then it makes me wonder, well, I wanted a picture of the session, but that's not what I do. I don't need it. But where did that thought come from? So the more I think about this, and if you were with my session last time, I talked about the story about a hammock. I've always wanted a hammock, but I would never allow myself to buy a hammock. And my husband was like, well, just buy the hammock. So eventually I did just buy the hammock and it became the staple in my family. My son, my firstborn was only 6 months. So I'm still trying to figure out the whole newborn sleeping, all of that. And I realized that if he was having a fussy afternoon and wouldn't settle for his sleep, if we snuggled and rocked in the hammock, we both fell asleep. So this hammock created so many beautiful memories. It made our days easier, got us outside. It totally changed our lifestyle. And then I was just thinking, I wanted a hammock. We don't need a hammock. So I realized how many beliefs I had gained around what I think I need. And that was judging a lot of my decision making. So now when we apply this to the idea of manifestation and abundance, I mean, we get all these ideas, but how often do we stop ourselves and say, well, that's just a want, or I don't need it. But if we can consider that perhaps this thought is for a greater good, that we don't see. And this thought is more of a vision of what is to come for us, then you reframe it. So it's no longer this mindset of, I want it because I want to have all of this stuff, but more of that thought of a want is more of a vision of what is to come. So then it totally eliminates this whole idea of, is it a want or is it a need? I think that's a human way of justifying it. And I think that thought is also rooted in scarcity, that there's not enough to go around, or there's not enough for me to have my wants. Totally open for discussion on that, if anyone has any opinions or ideas. But then the thought came that those wants that come to us, those ones that deeply resonate with us, not just the wants, we want everything because everyone else wants it, but if you truly ask yourself, what does this mean to me? My belief is that thought of a want is more of a vision of what's for you. So if you've already had the thought and you've already had the vision, then it's for you. You can step into this quantum realm of feeling the gratitude, feeling the relief that has already happened. And then you get to enjoy how it comes about. So this is how we add in quantum touch. So you have the thought, what is it that you want, right? What is that thought? What is that vision that just came to you? And now we can do our breathing and sweeping techniques to raise our vibration and feel the emotions that it's already happened. So we can bring in the feelings of relief, the feelings of gratitude. We can imagine the details and expand on that vision. Because the more details of that vision we can see, we are placing our energy there. So where thoughts flow, energy goes. So where we place our attention is where we place our energy. So if we can get clear on the details of this vision and expand it, and we start feeling that it's already happened and acting as if it's already happened, well, then it's just a matter of time before it happens and you experience it in the physical. All right. Any questions? We can do a brief overview on quantum touch, breathing, and sweeping, and then we'll get into our session. So we'll just it'll feel kind of like a 10-minute guided meditation, but we'll just breathe and sweep and bring in the energy and the feeling that it's already happened. Awesome. So I always suggest have your notepad so that you can write it down. It's just the next step of making it real, right? First, it comes as a thought. This idea comes to you and it feels good. And then we write it down. And this is such a simple thing, writing it down, but it makes it so clear in your mind if you can write it down in a sentence. So you could simply say, what is it that you want? And then you could phrase it in a sentence like, I love receiving, or I am grateful for, and write that it's already happened. And then the beauty about this work is the moment you state your vision and what you want, all of the resistance is going to appear. All of the, oh, you can't say that out loud, or that's not for you, or whatever that voice is, it's going to start bubbling up and it's going to show you exactly where you are not in alignment. And then you just get to choose. Well, what do you want? Right? The moment you become aware of it, you can shift it. We're working with our consciousness. All right, so using quantum touch, breathing and sweeping, it's breath, attention, and intention. So we breathe in life force energy through our bodies. So We are going to, on our inhale, bring the energy up our body with our awareness, and on our exhale, send it out our hands. Placing our attention on the feeling of the energy moving through our bodies and the intention that it's already happened. So you just wrote down your intention, so beautiful. Imagine yourself in that moment as we breathe and sweep. If you've taken the workshop and you understand this, awesome. You can breathe and sweep along with us. If you have not taken the workshop and you're not well versed in it, no worries. Simply just breathe and be aware of what you notice in your body. And I highly recommend that you invest in the workshop because it is such a beautiful life skill. Awesome. So I am going to start the music. We're going to breathe and sweep and feel into our intention as if it's already happened. And then we can do questions, comments at the end. Perfect. Oh, yes, Rick.
Yes, can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good. After we send the energy through our hands, where do we place our hands? We place them anywhere?
Great question. So, wherever you feel sensation in your body, right?
Oh, okay.
So we store these beliefs in our body. So once we start breathing and sweeping, you might notice suddenly your head hurts or you're noticing a sensation in your chest, and then you can place your hands there.
Okay.
And as the energy moves through your body, it's likely to shift. Okay. So sometimes it's always good to start at our chest, but then just tuning into your body because it's going to move.
Like the where does it hurt technique, right?
Exactly.
Just follow that. Okay, perfect.
Exactly. Right. Yeah, we're going to start with where does it hurt? Place your hands there, and then we're going to chase the pain. So just allowing yourself to be present in your body and notice where those sensations are going.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. All right, so find yourself in a comfortable seated position, or you can lay down if that's available. Allowing yourself to tune in to the rhythm of your breath. Breathe and sweep. Stating your intention now. Allowing yourself to feel gratitude and relief that it's already done. Noticing where in your body sensations arise. Placing your hands there now. Breathe and sweep. allowing yourself to feel into this future moment, seeing details of your intentions, feeling gratitude and relief now. Noticing any sensations in your body that arises. Any resistance that comes up. Placing your hands there now. Offering this unconditional love to the version of you that holds this belief, this thought or memory. Breathe and sweep. The energy has a way of awakening what is stored within us. And any thoughts, feelings, emotions, or memories not in alignment with your intention will be revealed, to be loved and released. Breathe and sweep. Seeing yourself clearly in this vision, in your intention, noticing what it looks like, what it feels like, where you are, perhaps other people who are there with you. See yourself smiling, so grateful. Breathe and sweep. Noticing where in your body sensations arise, placing your hands there now, offering this unconditional love to this part of you. Noticing any distractions that arise or where your thoughts wander to. Loving these aspects of you. Returning your attention back to your vision, to your intention. Breathe and sweep. Knowing at any moment throughout your day, you can bring your vision to mind. Feel it throughout your body. Breathe and sweep. And you'll find now, as you move forward, you will see evidence of both. It's already done. You'll see evidence of it in aspects through other people or what you come into contact. And you'll also see the resistance that arises. So all your beliefs, your thoughts, your memories that contradict it will need to shift. So they will need to come up. They will need to be seen. So don't take that as evidence that it's not working. Because if that's what you choose to believe, then you are right. So as the resistance, the challenges, the obstacles, the sensations arise, simply breathe and sweep and love yourself through those moments. Those are the parts of you coming up to be seen, to be loved. And simply by bringing our attention to those parts of us, we're bringing your energy and it's healing. Beautiful. How was that? Good, good. Any questions or comments? Any sensations that you noticed?
Okay.
Okay, Rick, yes.
First thing I, excuse me, the first thing I noticed was I felt like my head was expanding, like that, kind of like the pictures of the gray aliens, right? The gray ETs, with the bulbous head and the narrow face. I just felt like all this thing was just expanding from my head. So I put my hands there. And then after quite some, I don't know how long that was, we just did. But anyway, it was, then I felt my arms were getting tired, And then what I was doing was, my biceps were getting tired from holding my hands up in that position. And then you were saying, okay, this, where are you feeling the sensations? Go there. Well, then I started, putting my arms, one hand on each bicep. And then, of course, my arms got tired holding in that position. so, so then I just said, you know what? I said, I just use the quantum touch tube energy and send the energy from my heart to both arms, with that intention in both biceps. And I put my arms back in like a receiving position with, both hands facing up. And I just sent the energy to my hands, so to my arms, and of course the pain went away. So that was cool.
Awesome. Thanks for sharing. That's so cool. Yes. It's amazing what we can experience when we become present, right? Like, think about when we're distracted, we're thinking about all this stuff, and then the energy is split. But if we can get clear and bring it all back to what we want, it is powerful. Awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining me. Feel free to email me with questions, comments, suggestions.